Welcome, everyone. I'm so excited. We're here trying to fit in. I'm here with my good friend, Terri, in Atlanta, Georgia.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, everyone. And we have our favorite card reader, Deborah Chadwick in Florida. Welcome. Hello.
Hey, ladies.
We're close together.
How fun.
We're making sure we're on camera together. Can you believe we were trying to figure out when was the last time we were actually in the same room together?
When was it?
We think 8 years ago.
9 years ago.
Oh my gosh, it's been that long?
It's been that long.
Mm-hmm.
Busy lives.
Because we both lived in Southern California together. I moved to Florida. She then moved to Sacramento. And now I'm in North Georgia. And if you don't find the meeting place, life has been busy. So, yeah, it's
but
crazy.
Patty, I saw you in 2011. That's 8 years ago.
Yeah.
That's when we all saw each other?
Yeah.
I haven't seen her since 2011, so 8 years
She came
ago.
to California to visit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. It's so wonderful. Isn't that the beauty of the internet? Like getting to do these Facebook Lives. And then, Patty and I, obviously we've been friends for so long, and Deborah, you just walk into the same room and it's as if no time has passed. You see each other on the phone, on these things, or on Skype or whatever. And it's so amazing to be able to keep those connections. I love that.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
We need all of us to make this world make sense. We have a few people popping on, so come on in, come join us. We're ready to have a good time. So I want to make some formal introductions. I'm Patty Kamson, intuitive astrologer. I've been doing this for almost 10 years. And I'm here in Atlanta because I was doing a business conference. And I actually got some clarity on how I want to own my astrology and share it with the world. So the key word I received this weekend was demystifying astrology. So
Wow.
You like that?
Yeah.
So I am so excited to really be solid in my vision and how I'm going to move forward sharing astrology, because it's my life. It's all I know. That's how I raise my kids. That's how I engage with my friends and family. It's like I will know your astrology sign or your birthday before I know your name. It's how it works, right? And then I have Miss Terri Britt, crazy woman, who is a spiritual healer, believe it or not.
We were just in an elevator, and I started making small talk with this man and this girl. I'm not sure if it's father and daughter or coworkers or what. And I was asking them, "What are y'all doing tonight?" Like, "Oh, we're going to the bedroom. We're gonna go do. We're done." And he said, "What are y'all doing?" And I said, "Oh, we're having a sex party."
Scorpio is in the house.
Scorpio's in the house.
In the house.
I'm in the elevator going, "What? What? What's happening? What are we doing?"
That's so Scorpionic to me. I love it.
It's very Scorpionic.
It's very Scorpio. And then we came into the room and proceeded to do spiritual exercises. So that's what we did, which was exciting. And then we have the wonderful, beautiful Deborah Chadwick, who is an amazing, the bird, as I call her.
I was scooting my chair up. I didn't mean to go like dunking into the water thing. Hello.
Hey, Deborah, I threw my back out last week doing the monkey, so you get the bird and I'll do the monkey.
Bird is
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
We're a little slap happy.
You guys are you're adorable. It's fun. It's uplifting. It's chatty. It's girly.
Yes.
It's very chatty and girly, but it's, life is so crazy these days. The information out in the world is so confusing. You got to take those moments of levity and laughter and run with it.
Absolutely.
We're still in Mercury retrograde. It's in the sign of Pisces. It goes direct on March 28th. So let me put that up so you can see the beautifulness of it.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yes.
What's today? What is today?
The 20,
25th. We have 3 days, right?
3 more
Four.
days. So with Mercury still retrograde in Pisces, right at the degree of Neptune, its planetary ruler. Pisces planetary ruler is Neptune. There are so many things that are going to be misunderstood and not clear. People will have a tendency to lie and not tell full truths. There's a lot of things that are just not, the whole story has not been told. So whatever's going on to the world, I'm not going to get into politics because it's just too much. Just know the story, all the information and all the facts and all the behind the scenes stuff that is going on, we have no clue about. So what is being presented, there's a whole nother story behind it. Just from reading the planets and what's going on in the sky right now, that's my take.
Smoke and mirrors.
Smoke and mirrors. The fog is really thick. And I just hope that everyone out there just sends out, I know it sounds Pollyanna, but just continues to send out love and peace and understanding, because people get so fixated in their right, wrong, hate energy. There needs to be more people out there just having compassion and wanting to share peace and love and levity. I know you have some things to add.
To levity?
Yeah, we need some levity. She's good at that. She can go deep, but then she'll rise and talk about some chili, but we won't go into that either.
Rise it up, Terri. Rise up your vibration. I love it.
Oh my God. It was so funny because you just have to, right? We both have been very, very busy. You've been at this conference, and I drove down from the mountains because I live up in the mountains. I had a couple-hour drive. It's not a big deal. But we've been very busy because we just opened up a new company, my husband and I did. And so it takes a lot of energy to do these things. And she flew in from the red eye from California on Friday night, got here Saturday morning, and went straight to the conference. So that is exhausting in itself. And
Yes.
Deborah, I'm sure you said you worked at a yoga retreat this weekend doing readings. And so we're all kind of just like, whoa.
Are you not in your home then? Where are you? You guys aren't in Terry's home?
No, we're in a hotel.
Oh.
We're having a sex party. We told you we're having a sex party.
Oh, right. That's right. The sex party, the elevator, like where that went, a blonde moment.
Boy, that sounds amazing. Let's start the rumor now. That's amazing.
During Mercury retrograde.
Woohoo.
Yeah, that's amazing. No, we went out. We had a very nice dinner, got reconnected, had one glass of wine.
This has nothing to do with wine.
No. And then we came back.
Both tired.
Yeah, we had one 5 hours ago. And then we came back and did some spiritual exercises. So we're good. We're good girls. So who's here tonight? Who's here to join us and have some fun? Looks like we have Mary Brown. Hello. Welcome to Stars and Cards. Thanks for joining us. And we have Kamesa. Thank you for joining in with Stars and Cards. It is a pretty name. And we have Jessica. Hi, Jessica Ann. Thanks for joining in. For some reason, it's not showing. Oh, because you haven't written anything. Thank you for joining in. So, Deborah, tell us about some interesting clients you had today.
Well, I'll talk about on Saturday at the retreat. There were 4 women that have never had readings before, and 2 of them were emotional. And then they went back to the woman who was doing the retreat, and this was her home, and they said, she's really scaring me. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. don't want to be scaring somebody, but, obviously just, tuning in and giving them information. And so it was really wonderful. The 12 is a lot.
Yes.
That's a heavy day, but it was great. And then I had some clients today, and it feels like a lot of relationship transitions, or should I stay in the relationship? Should I move forward? Should I be open to meeting somebody else? Should I be on my own? All of these relationship things seem to be, like you said, maybe it's not clear right now. And women used to need to also open their throat chakra because they're not really speaking their truth and walking on eggshells. It's like, no, just detach from his perception. This is where I'm coming from. This is how I feel. Where are you willing to meet me? So there was a lot of that dynamic going on yesterday and today. Seemed like a theme, just like how we have in the show. We'll have certain earth signs one night. So there definitely seemed to be that kind of energy relationship.
Yeah, what I noticed at the conference, there were so many Taurus women at the conference. And of course, because one of the things that's happening with the Taurus energy is Uranus moved into Taurus. So Taurus people with the Taurus rising, Taurus moon, Taurus sun sign are really going through some shakeups. They want to come alive, wake up, get out of their comfort zones and do things differently. So that was pretty interesting to see so many of that one sign at a conference. It was amazing. But as we know, things happen for a reason, and people come together for a reason at the same time. So it'll be interesting what is the energy for this evening? What's the energy for this evening? Terri, do you want to talk about your guest coming up on your show this week?
Oh. As we've been talking about sex parties, I have a radio show called Leading with Love. You can listen to it on Thursdays live. You can just do it on my page at terribritt.com/radio. But my guest this week is a former dominatrix.
Wow.
And yes, and she's a powerhouse, and her book is about being a badass and business, owning your inner dominatrix. And she's really fascinating. Her story went from cult to abuse to getting out of that to going into the dungeon to become a dominatrix so that she could heal her wounds. It's amazing. And she talks about and the reason I know what she talks about is, one, I read the book, but we had to pre-tape this show because of scheduling. So I've already had the interview, and it's going to air on Thursday. But she talks about how she had to surrender into being that dominatrix. You'd think that it was all control, but she says it's really that people, you create the scene, you and the submissive create the scene so that it's safe, so that you can work out your healing. And then she brought energy work into it, and she's not doing that anymore, but she's brought what she learned through that process into the business world, and she kicks butt, let me tell you. I read her book and I did some of the exercises, and it was so cool because, and we talk about this on the show, that your sexual energy is what sits at the base of your spine for women. And she did not say it that way. It was a little bit more X-ray. It was like, oh, this is on family programming. Okay. Ooh, okay. Can't believe she just said that. But
look, shocking.
No, but no. I mean, just specific words.
Yeah.
But anyway, so she was explaining in the show, and I want you to, to be able to come and listen to this, that the energy that we exude that attracts people, not to be sexual, but is the sexual energy, and how to expand that into your being. And it was interesting because here I am, I mouth off about sex. I'm a Scorpio, but I recognized that I put a blanket over mine at times. And that's my old good girl programming that I've been chiseling away for 20 years. And so it was an eye opener for me doing the show, reading the book. So I want to invite you guys to come and listen. It's really a cool conversation. It's Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific. And if you can't make the show, that when it airs, you can always catch the on-demand replay on my radio page at terribritt.com/radio, or on iHeart, iTunes, Spotify. It's just called Terri Britt's Leading with Love.
Yay.
That sounds amazing, Terri. Really interesting.
There's, I love doing the show. I really do love doing the show, Deborah, because I have the coolest guests come on and I read every book that comes on. So the conversations are not just, oh, what's the book about? It's we go into depth of what the book is about, what my experience was with the book, what their experience was. So we have this very connected conversation. It's fun.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
and we can listen to it if we're those of us who are working on Thursday. We can listen to it
anytime.
Yeah. Perfect.
Usually the on-demand replay goes up by that evening.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yay! Thank you. So we also have some things that people can come to our Stars and Cards page and get a free natal report. If they submit their email to our newsletter, we will send you out a free natal report based on your birth information. So go to Stars and Cards. You can find it on the Facebook page, our little pop-up to put in your email address, and we will get your free natal chart out to you as soon as possible. So just take one little second and sign up, and that would be amazing. You may learn something very fascinating about yourself that you didn't know, especially like if you know what your planet Mercury is. Planet Mercury represents how you think, how you process, how you communicate. So knowing that information and being able to have some insight to like, oh, that's why I do this, or how I communicate, or how I think, or how I process. It's really helpful. So go to our website and sign up so you can get your free natal report. So who do we have on? We have people jumping on. Thank you.
Woo-hoo.
We're here in Atlanta, Terri Britt and I. And Deborah is in good old Florida.
Good old Florida.
And we're just talking astrology and cards. Deborah, what did you think of the cards I posted this week?
I loved it. And cartometry and the Ace of Hearts. Yes, I was going to talk to you about that. I think that's was really nice and very informative.
Yeah, so because you do the readings with the cards and people, that's not the norm. They usually know about the tarot. So kind of giving people insight to what the cards mean when you're pulling them is so fascinating and great to know. So sign up to our Instagram website, or what is it? Instagram site? What do you call it? Or just sign up to Instagram.
Yeah. Instagram.
Yep. And you can get all that information, and especially what's going on with the cards and with the stars. So who has questions out there? What's happening? Tell us what's going on out in internet land.
Yes. What do you want to know? How can we be of service?
Yes.
How can we help you tonight?
Hey, Gab. Hey, Maggie Elena, Dinah, and Marissa, and Karen. Hi, ladies. Tell us what's happening. What do you want to discuss? What's on your mind?
They have questions.
I know this Mercury retrograde is kind of everybody's in a fog with the Pisces and the Neptune. Even though the sun is in Aries, we're still kind of in the fog. So let's wake up. What you got for us?
Ignite the fire with some of that Aries energy, that fire sign. Let's light it up.
Hey, Emily. Thanks for stopping by.
Gabby has a question.
I see. She goes, hey there, home Reno, about to get underway with hubs. How's it going to go?
I got like this.
Yeah.
I got like this, Gabby, and what I would say is what I'm hearing is to keep the humor, because I've done construction, okay, with people, and it's going to always go like this. That's how a renovation goes. And so the best thing you can do is what I'm hearing is to maintain the humor, because in the essence of things, it is not important. It's about how you walk through it that is important. And so if you can have fun and joy, and if you start getting controlling with your hubby, start laughing at yourself. If he gets controlling, start laughing at him, and have that conversation with him that you guys are going to make this a playful experience. If you do that, if you can have that kind of conversation and say that to him, and that you guys are going to hold each other accountable to that, to do that, you're actually going to walk through it and have an amazing experience, and you're going to be able to talk about it and learn from it. So I'm just hearing humor, laughter, and make that commitment with each other.
Yay.
Sounds good. I feel like the same thing. It's like a wave, but not like ups and downs, highs and lows. It's just like go with the wave, ride the wave with your soul connection, be excited about the outcome, be excited about how it's all going to look, visualize how it's going to look.
Yeah, hold the vision, hold the intention.
Hold the vision. That's a good one. Yeah, Terry.
Yeah, it feels like you have a lot to balance, a lot of energy all over the place. I feel like your energy is kind of drained. So please make sure that you are getting rest. I know you have a lot on your plate, but try and ask for help. An hour here, an hour there, but it just feels like you need to take care of your body in terms of getting some rest. So that's what I get. Good luck with everything. I hope everything goes well. And who do we have next?
Can I say something else to that?
Sure.
This is the way I kind of look at building a house. When my husband and I got married, on our wedding day, we actually set an intention to be an enlightened family. My company is actually called Enlightened Family Institute, even though you don't see it anywhere. But we set that intention to be an enlightened family. And so with that intention, like building your house, what's the intention? What do you want to create? What do you want in this home? Do you want laughter? How do you want it to be in the end? There are going to be the waves. You're going to ride the waves. There may be waves of ups and downs, of emotions and tired and all that stuff, just like a marriage. But when you stay with your intention and you always come back to that, no matter what's happening, then that vision becomes fulfilled. So for instance, for my hubby and me, we always come back to being that enlightened family. What does that mean for us? Being in a space of seeing our family as an opportunity to go within and heal and love ourselves unconditionally, so we become more love to each other. So if you can just think about that, whatever your intention is, and always come back and know that you're building that together as a couple, then you can see it as this experience more than building the house. It's more of a commitment of spiritual growth and healing.
Way to go, Miss Terri. I hope that was helpful, Gab. Thank you. So they're coming in, ladies. They're coming in strong. So the next one was Mary Ann Brown. What do y'all think the shifts are happening? Where do you think all the shifts that are happening are directing us? Ooh, that's a deep question. So if you're just talking about on a global outlook, I'm hoping the shifts are taking us. I always want to see the positive. I don't want to. My thing is not to look that we're going down into doom and gloom and the world is going to come to an end. But Neptune is in Pisces and Mercury is in Pisces right now. So there is a lot of confusion and misunderstandings and things that are not clear. So I think we just need to take the time to process and really go to the higher energy of Pisces and Neptune, which is about compassion and unconditional love and light and knowing that we are all connected and one. That's where we really need to bring our energy to. So that's my take. Mm-hmm. Terri?
Yeah, I think the last year for me and for the people that I work with, my clients and friends, family, has been a time of seeing the darkness and embracing it to be moved to the light. As for me, like when the Blasey Ford Kavanaugh hearings came out, it brought up a lot of stuff for me as far as molestation. And I'd already done a lot of clearing, but even more so. And quite frankly, and not to get into politics, but I was really angry with some of our leaders for poo-pooing the accounts of abuse. And of course, I wanted to throw my shoe through the TV when some of this stuff was coming up. But at the same time, because I am a spiritual coach, I look at the spirit and I look at the spiritual contract of what's going on. And I see that our leaders, even though I may want to throw my shoe at them, as spirits, they're playing their part perfectly so that we can see where we're in separation, where we're in pain, where we're in lack. And hopefully it will bring enough of us to a place of making a commitment to move into a choice of healing, of healing our pain, to heal our separation, to heal our lack. So in spite of how bad it looks, I really truly believe that we are moving into a huge awakening. Some call it the Christ consciousness. I believe we are each giving birth to the Christ inside of us right now, whether we realize it or not. So I do believe there is a huge awakening happening. And I believe that the darkness, if we will see it as an opportunity to mirror, what is it mirroring to ourselves and our own darkness, and heal that it can be a true gift. But we have to be willing to look for the gift and do the inner work.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Everyone has to do the work.
Mm-hmm.
Deborita.
Well, I just wrote down words, so you guys both kind of put it all together, but I wrote awakening, awareness, with kindness through healing and being grateful. So, you see when people really, unconditional healing, unconditional love, just being, there when someone is shifting, when someone is going through something, and just trying to be a good listener, being patient. But I think both of you kind of put it all together. So, yeah.
And I would add to that. So it's about being kind and gentle with our fellow human being. But for us to really get to that place of being kind and gentle to our fellow human being, we have to be kind and gentle to ourselves.
Yes, you're absolutely right.
If we're angry, if we're in lack, if we're in pain or sadness, we have to go to a place of saying, how do I love myself? How do I be kind and gentle to myself? Where do I need to take back my power? Because if we're in lack, it's because we're giving our power to others, because we make up the body of God. We make up the body of Christ. And so for that, we all have the ability to manifest and have amazing abundance, but we have to get in alignment with that. And that means taking back the power, no longer giving other people's opinions and the negativity and the separation of power. We have to get back into that space of love.
Yep. All of us. Huge.
Beautifully said.
Thank you. So our next person is Emily. Lisa's almost finally due, and I'm in between two places. One a friend's house, and the other a basement apartment to the west of me.
East and one's west.
Which direction should I go? I have a few things coming up in the next 60 days. Living situation plays a huge part. So I think she said she's a Virgo.
So is she asking, she's going to be moving and leasing a place? I'm a little confused. Oh, now you put it up there. Let me see.
She said she's in between two places, so I don't know if she has to choose between the two places or if she's living between the two places. I'm not really sure. Maybe Emily Ann, if you could clarify on that, that might be helpful.
I think there's some financial concerns, and I feel like that is going to get better for her so that she can feel more grounded and not having to go back and forth or kind of balancing a scale. So hopefully, I'm just getting May. I don't know exactly the specific question, but I feel like in May, things are going to be, she'll feel more like she has a foundation. She needs a foundation. So if it's about finances, I feel like somebody could be helpful, or, you know, the money will be there so that she can move.
She said yes, May.
She's wanting to know which way to go, I think.
Okay.
So just to be clear, Emily, so we're clear. Do you want us to look at, should you move east? Oh,
she's saying right here, I don't know if I should move in with a friend or a basement apartment.
gotcha. Okay.
I want to go back to her original question.
So she doesn't know if she should
Move in with a friend or a basement apartment.
I asked the question to myself, should she move in with a friend? And the cards are saying, yes, she should move in with a friend. But I feel like that's still in the meantime, but that's what I'm getting is it's a yes, she should move in with a friend.
So what I would say to you, Emily Ann, when Deborah just said that to you, what did it feel like? Did you go, yay? Or did you go, oh? Check in with yourself. Right?
Yep. I don't know if I should move in with a friend or, okay. Emily, I know we have a little delay, so just let us know when you have the answer to Terry's question.
She said we hear
like possibly?
What does that mean?
Meaning that you said, what did she feel? So her first feeling was like, possibly I could make that happen, I guess. Okay. So I'm just going to tune into Emily really quick and see what I get. So Emily, I feel like in the big picture, you need to live by yourself. I just don't think that that's going to work in the next 6 months, 5 months. So I would say move to the place that is the easiest, whether it's the apartment, the basement apartment, or your friends. But it just feels like you need to have your own space. And it's necessary because I think you take on a lot of people's energy and you get distracted instead of doing what is necessary for you. And I think you need to have a cave, a home, an apartment, whatever you want to call it, to go to so you can refresh and rest to be able to get out there and do your work and come back and be a sane person. So that's what I got. She said, I like living by myself. Moving in with a friend, it's further from work and temporary. Okay.
So it sounds like you answered your own question, Emily. You know, it does. It sounds like
it does. The question that you presented to her, Terry, she answered the question.
Yeah.
Yep.
So there you go. Yay! You had a good 3-person reading, girl. 4-person, because you read for yourself. So that was awesome. Awesome. She goes, yeah, I did.
Well, what's so cool is that, you know, if it's a temporary thing, you know, Deborah said goes live in the temporary thing, and then you said the bigger space. I kept seeing the basement representative by yourself, but I'm not sure if the basement is the answer. So it may be that the temporary thing is living with the girl, but finding a place that is for herself, but not necessarily in a basement. I'm
Correct.
not sure if the basement is the right thing, is what my feeling was.
I don't think the basement is the right thing either, but it is temporary. So
yes,
that will be helpful.
So this is a means to an end. So it's like in the big picture, you need to be by yourself, but yeah. Okay, so who else is out there? Hey guys, thank you for joining us. Thank you for hanging in there and sticking with us, because what you also need to be aware of is when we're reading for others, as you're listening, you get information for yourself, because we are all connected, whether we know each other personally or not. The reason why you tuned in was to hear something, feel something, see something, know something. There's something here for you, whether you get a personal reading or not. So just know that. So who's next? Who's next? Let's see. I think it is Elise.
Elsie.
Or Elsie? Oh, Elsie. Elsie. Hi, y'all. Hey, girl. We're in Atlanta. I like hi, y'all.
Where are you, Elsie?
I've been told by 2 different spiritual advisors that I have a strong energy, 1, and I'm very powerful, 2. That sounds great, but I'm not sure what to do with that information. I'd like to know how to make good and use that strength in my life. Oh, a fellow Pisces, 22868. Deborita.
Only thing that I'm picking up is that, yes, I think she's stepping into it, the authenticity of it. It's interesting. It's kind of, she's going over it in her mind. But in the meantime, it's also about discernment and having some boundaries. So I feel like, since you're a water sign, cleansing your energy, your aura, making sure that you're not picking up everybody else's stuff. And usually a good go-to is taking a salt bath. So, just so you can keep everything clean and you're not bringing in other people's energy, because that can definitely be a tendency. So I think it's an exciting time for her. I think that you're kind of like cracked open, and maybe there's so many wonderful things on YouTube as far as, a meditation would be good, or affirmations, and just kind of maybe angel cards, even picking a card. All those things would be kind of good tools when you're kind of coming into this, which is really exciting.
So, Elsie, when I tune into you, everybody has their own language. So when people are sharing with you their information, it's coming from a place of what they know. So when they're saying that you're powerful, and what else did they say?
Strong energy.
And strong energy, that they're just trying to tell you that you can manifest and you can make your life a powerful one. You have the energy to manifest and be who you would like to be. The energy that I'm getting from you is that you have a strong mind. And there's that word again, strong. So meaning when I say you have a strong mind, that means I'm feeling like you're intelligent. You have a vision, and you need to trust the vision that you have and go for it. And don't stay in the shadow. Don't stay lying in wait because you feel like somebody could do it better or the confidence isn't there. You have everything you need to complete it. It may not be easy. It may not just go like that, but that's where your strength and your power, I feel, comes from, to manifest your vision. I hope that was helpful.
Yeah, and what I got on this was I immediately saw you writing. You needed to sit down and write. So what happens, somebody can tell us, oh, you're strong, you're powerful, you've got amazing energy or whatever. But if we don't own it ourselves, it's irrelevant, because we don't know what to do with it. So what I got for you, Elsie, is that it's time for you to sit down and really write what you like about you, what you've done in your life that you felt very strong and empowered, so you can get anchored in that feeling. And then, as Patty said, and as Deborah said, spend some time is, when you're looking at this and you look at the running themes through your life and what makes you feel joyful, because really as a soul, we're going after a feeling. We're going after a feeling of connectedness, of alignment. You're going to want to ask, okay, what's going to bring that feeling where I'm most connected to my soul, and start writing that down. What do you want to create? And as Patty said, you have a very, very strong mind. Well, that's huge. That's huge, because if you can create what you want and have a clear vision and then feel the feeling, you can truly bring it into manifestation. But you first got to get grounded and anchored in not necessarily what other people are telling you, but what you feel true to be, what's true for you and who you are. Because we can hear people say, it's just like a parent telling a kid, oh, you're amazing, and the kid grows up and is a drug addict. Okay, we can hear it all day long, but we got to own it. And so I want to invite you to own it.
Elsie, I hope that was helpful, and please give us a little feedback so we know that you got your question answered. And thank you for asking the question. So who else do we have? We have so many. I know. There's Elsie, and then we have Marissa. Hi, Marissa. I'm a talent manager. I have a client child who could have had his own TV show. I need my glasses. Does that say Dad? Dad said no.
Said no.
Doesn't want her away from him a while. It was a once in a lifetime opportunity. Do I continue working with them for the little girl's sake? I completely believe in her. Wow.
So, Marissa, the first thing I get is I want to invite you to do a tool with me. I'm always giving people tools so you can hopefully, you and everyone else watching can take this home with you. So I want you to visualize a rose in front of you. And before you do anything, I want you to just kind of imagine opening up, letting your higher self flood in. So this is where you get your higher information. And if you put that rose in front of you and you say to yourself, okay, I'm going to ask this question. Is it for the highest good that I stay with this, or is it not? If it stands up and it's open, yes, you stay with this girl and continue to work with her. If it falls over, that's your sign saying, no, I'm not going to work with her because it doesn't feel for the highest good. So if you take a moment and do that, see what's revealed for you. I get that it would be really good for you and the dad to have a conversation, because right now, if he's put his child and saying, yeah, she can go do this stuff, and now there's opportunity, and he's saying no, then you don't want to spin your wheels. So I would be sitting down and having a conversation with him and saying, listen, where do we stand? This was an opportunity, and will it ever come back? Who knows? We don't know. Sometimes we can say once in a lifetime, but other things might pop up if that's this child's divine path. But I would have the conversation and simply ask, where do we stand? What are the boundaries? So I know what I'm working with, because I need to decide if I want to stay with this relationship. So do that, use your rose tool and see what comes. That's what I would do.
Beautiful. I'm wondering if the child is 7. And I think I'm agreeing with Terri, and I feel like there definitely needs to be a conversation and kind of just detach from his perception, speak your truth. I think that the father is nervous about the situation, but right now when I pull cards, it does feel like the energy is blocked. So the intuition card is the Queen of Clubs, excuse me. So right now, I do think, like Terri had mentioned, I love the rose. I love that visualization, but it may be a difficult road, and so you may need to make a decision, but having a conversation would really be validating and helpful to see where this road is going to open, or is it just going to veer off and it's just a timing thing, or the age of the child? That's why I wondered if she was, is it a girl, little girl? Did she say if it was a girl
She
or a
didn't
boy?
say, she just said it's a child.
Okay.
So it'll be interesting, Marissa, is what is the child's sex, and is the child set? Oh, 11. It's a she. She's 11 years old and understands what the opportunity was. Yeah, that's rough. Let me see. I don't see you leaving. I don't see you leaving the situation soon. I feel like there needs to be some breathing room. There definitely needs to be a conversation with the parents, the father. I feel like there is an opportunity to shift, but it's almost like you need to take a step back, make sure that the child knows in any kind of way you can share that with her, that you're not abandoning her or leaving her life. But it feels like you need to take a step back for them to gain some perspective, and to shift the energy and things. I feel like you will be a part of it, but there needs to be a shift for there to be a change. Meaning you need to move back for there to be a change. I hope that was helpful.
Detach.
Yeah. Detach. Mm-hmm. Yes. Oh, that's sad, but obviously it's happening for a reason, and hopefully there'll be another opportunity another time soon. She's 11 years old and understands the opportunity. He's on board until it gets to signing a contract. Okay. Yeah. So there needs to be, some kind of detaching, but I just want to make sure that girl knows that you're not abandoning her, that you're just allowing her parents to help her through the process. So I hope that was helpful. Yes, you're very welcome. You're very, very welcome. All right. This is good, ladies. Even when we're a little tired, we're still getting it out. We're connecting. We're one with the universe. We're making it all come together. Come on, Deborah. Where are the hands?
Conducting.
There we go. Yes, let's bring up the energy. Woo! Bring it up, bring it up, bring it up. As we're bringing it up, people, please like, share, and subscribe to Stars and Cards. We want to see you join our little tribe, our little circle. We like that. We like it. Somebody's laughing at me. Thank you. We like that. We got to keep the laughter coming. So yes, please continue to support what we do so we can keep doing it. So who's next?
What was the one question? What happened to that?
There's one about blocked energy.
That's weird. There was a question. I was looking at the cards and now I can't find the question. Oh well.
Okay, so it looks like Joyce is up next. Will my upcoming move into a family member's place where I will live most of the year there alone be positive as it relates to that family relationship and also shifting positively into more abundance? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to laugh. Just like, woo, she's trying to get all the information in that one.
Yeah, and you ladies have to go there because I'm too close to all of that. So
Okay, let me break it down.
Yeah.
Let's just talk about the move. Will you be happy living with your in your family member's place? Okay. Terri, do you want to start, or do you have anything?
Well, I'm of the belief that we can tell you right now that it's going to be fabulous, but if your attitude shifts, it's going to suck. So it's really about how you perceive everything in the situation. I mean, are you going to be the one who's empowered here, or are you going to be the one who gives your power away? If you want it to be a fabulous situation, even if family crap comes up and you embrace it and say, okay, I've chosen to be here. Now, what can I learn from this? Then it can be a really marvelous situation where you learn and grow. To me, that's what we're here for. We're here to learn, grow, go deeper into connecting and aligning with who we are. So it's really a matter of that. It's how you are going to choose to experience it. So what's really wonderful about it is it sounds like that as you move into this place that you're in a space of receiving, that you're moving into the energy of receiving. So you say, and is also shifting positively into more abundance. Anytime you give yourself permission to be receptive to receiving nurturing and love, which it sounds like this is what this is because you're having a place provided for you, is what I can take from it, then you are holding a space of abundance. So sit in gratitude for that. Go into that space of gratitude, of allowing the abundance to flood in and being thankful that you are receiving these miracles. So the more you do that, then the more abundance is going to show up.
That is 100% amazing information for her. Thank you, Terri, because she's a really dear friend of mine. That is, I mean, I was taking notes just so that if she doesn't remember, we can always do the playback. That was spot on. That was spot on. That was really, really, really good.
Oh, good. Well, good. I hope that makes sense.
I hope she thinks the same, but that's what I'm saying.
And I am that's clearly the perfect reading, because I was going to say something similar. So it's all good, Joyce. You are where you are supposed to be, and your mindset will make it as abundant and as wonderful as you choose to make it. Mm-hmm. That is a spiritual law. So I hope you're ready for the abundance that is coming with your mindset shifting into gear. Woo! Yeah. There you go. There's also one thing I wanted to add for Marissa with your child talent. What's hers will always be hers. Know that. So nothing, whatever didn't happen, it wasn't for her. Mm-hmm. What is hers will always be hers. So share that with her. She didn't lose anything. So nice. That just came to me.
Very good.
Yeah. All right. Who do we have now?
It's another thing that I got out about that too, is that little girl, I always look at spiritual agreements, and if she's feeling like she lost something and her dad had the voice over her, it may have been exactly what she needed to plant the seed so that as she gets older, that she really finds her voice and takes back the power in her life and has the foundation that she needs to have a career that she has strong boundaries and she can be very successful. So it might have been exactly what she needed to experience to prepare. Well, it was, obviously, because it was a spiritual agreement that it happened that way. So it's exactly what she needed for something in the future.
Most definitely. Mm-hmm. Thanks for the hearts, Juliana. I see you. The next person we have is Lori. Lori has a question. I'm working on opening a homeschool micro school. Any thoughts? And she is a Gemini. Hey, girl. Gemini.
Well, that's good for writing and speaking, right, Patty? And teaching and learning. So I think it's a great idea. I'm sure it's a work in progress, but it just feels like exactly what she should be putting her energy into. It may be a timing. It may not be right now, but if that's her vision, to hold that vision, I think it could really come to fruition.
And Lori, one of the things that I get is take your blinders off. The picture that I'm seeing right now is that you have these blinders on, and it's kind of a narrow view of what you think things can be. So what I'm seeing is that you need to take the blinders off and expand your vision so that some miracles can happen. You have in your mindset when it's going to be, how it's going to be. And what I want to invite you to do is when you're setting an intention, you set the intention for what you want the experience to feel like, what would it look like day to day, and then you say this or something better, and you go into the feeling of it. And if we get so narrow on our vision that we don't allow ourselves to let the universe work for us, sometimes we can block a lot of abundance from coming in. So I just want to invite you to just visualize taking your blinders off and say, I'm going to expand my vision. I know how I want it to be in the end, and now I'm going to say yes to the miracles that show up.
Very good. So I don't know, for whatever reason, they're just showing me 2017. So I don't know what happened in 2017 that applies to what's happening now, but whatever happened in 2017 is kind of coming back full circle. So I don't know if it has to do with finance or money or property, but that's all I'm getting. So if that's helpful, I hope that gives you some insight, and definitely give us feedback.
Oh my gosh, did you ladies look at the time?
No. Oh my goodness.
I had no idea. I just looked down and went, oh my gosh, it's 9:58 already. We went into our vortex.
We went into the vortex. Oh my goodness, the hour has completed. So everyone, thank you so much for joining us. We will be back here at our same time instead of Monday, at our regularly scheduled time, Tuesday, 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern time. We will have more readings. We will have more astrological information, another guest. I won't be in Atlanta with my Terri, but we'll be together in spirit. I got rebooted with all the sexual energy and shocking things that come out of her mouth that are not ready for prime time internet.
Or maybe they are.
Maybe they are.
Or maybe they are. Deborah and I will definitely scroll through the feeds, and if anything pops out at us that we can just give a quick answer, we will. Please share and subscribe, and go get your natal chart and find out what your Mercury is, so you know how you communicate and think and process, so it can help you with your spouse, your friends, your coworkers. Anything else, Deborah, that you want to add?
It's been a magical hour. Love the energy, you guys being together. It's really good. It's soulful, it's girlish, it's playful. It's really sweet.
Yes, we had a good time. I'm so happy she drove down to see me.
Of course.
It's been great. So thanks everybody for joining us. Come back again. And again, we will look at the comments and see what we come up with. But please tell your friends and come back next week. Bye, y'all.
Bye y'all.